everyone, welcome to another round of Chitter Chatter. Today we are going to chit chat with this little girl, Anagha. And you have seen my review on her book, A World of Intricacies. I am still amazed that how could this little one write such deep poems. Every poem had such amazing philosophy that I was surprised, and a lot of it I reread it because it just touches your heart and stirs your soul. I'm all excited to chit chat with her, and let me tell you, this is not her first, not her debut. She's already written a book earlier, and she's writing one more, which is a sequel to her earlier one. But today's chit chat is on this. Hi, Anagha, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How about you?
Very good, and congratulations on your book. I am very, very surprised and super proud to interview you today.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the World of Intricacies. And tell me, how does it feel on your the second book?
Thank you. It's a wonderful feeling. Like never gets old. Like how to publish.
I'm sure your parents must be super proud of you. And how did this whole journey of you writing start? When was the first time you ever wrote?
Okay, I've been writing and reading since like I was very young. So like my parents used to tell me like bedtime stories since I was like 3 or even younger. So like and then when I was a bit older, then I used to rewrite those fairy tales and like bedtime stories as like stories of my own with like twists and everything. And then like I started writing my own stories, and like those evolved into novellas, and then eventually a novel. So A World of Intricacies was like never meant to be a book. Like I never meant to publish it actually. So it was just supposed to be like a document to compile all the poems that I wrote. So I mean, but then like when I got to like about 40 poems, and I thought that yeah, I should publish this.
So, what was the feeling when you got your first book published and you had the copy in your hand and you had a book? I mean, we authors here have waited and you had your first book literally even before you touched your teens. So, what was the feeling like?
So I didn't actually know when exactly it was going to publish, the date. So I mean, I knew it would be published in this like time frame, but it was published on the 15th of December 2020. And and then like I got this mail saying that, oh, your book has been published, and I was like, it was such an exciting feeling, like going to Amazon and like all those online websites and seeing your book listed there, and like my author copies came about like a week later. So seeing and holding that paperback with like the words that I so carefully written printed, like it's exhilarating.
And tell us about this world of intricacies. I'm really amazed. You've written such deep topics and you've written it with such simplicity. I mean, we always say children are innocent, but you've just proven because the way every poem is, though my favorite is Magic and About Time, those two poems, it was very difficult for me to choose which poem should I say that, oh, this is my favorite, because every poem had such deep thoughts. So, how did you start your journey of writing these poems?
Thank you so much for your praise, firstly. I'm very flattered. But like the poems that like writing poetry has been like a recent hobby of mine. Like I didn't always like writing poems, but like over the last 2 years, I've been like more fond of poetry than ever. So like it started when I read fantasy, really, because fantasy has a lot of deep topics you can write about. So when I felt the need to express those thoughts that I had, like when I began forming opinions about those kinds of topics, then I felt the need to like express them as poetry, because it's harder to incorporate that into a book. So I began writing poetry.
When you wrote your poems, who were the first ones to read your poems before you got it published?
My parents, like they're the first ones to have read all of my short stories and books. A World of Intricacies, like as I mentioned before, it was never something that I meant to publish. So, like, I used to show them each poem after I wrote it, and then they'd be like, "Oh, this is pretty good," and then I'd compile it into that doc that I was maintaining, and yeah, and then like after I decided to publish it, they read it again, and yeah, it's my parents.
Which is your parents' favorite poem? I'm sure it's very difficult for them to choose two. It took me a while to decide, like, which one should I choose, and still I couldn't pick one. I ended up picking up two. So, which are their favorite ones?
So they like this poem that I wrote called "Through the Window from the Other Side." So that's a poem about perspectives, and I think they also like hope, although they don't agree with it because it's like the two different sides of hope. That's what the poem's about. And they also like a salve called Time, which is about.
Oh, that's my.
Yeah, that's one of their favorites too.
So while we are talking, we have a lot of requests coming here. Could you read us a poem? Because a lot of people here want you to recite one for them on this live. So which one would you like to recite for them?
I'll recite one of my parents' favorites, "Through the Window from the Other Side," because that's a poem that's like I like a lot too. So I'll just read that. Everything in this world is different from each perspective. I sometimes wish if I could take a peek through the window from the other side. What if the glass covering the window frame is stained with vivid colors, but we just can't see it, and we're staring at only blank sky? Or maybe the glass is blank from the other side. Maybe the ones on the other side cannot see through. Or perhaps both sides are blank, and the people on both sides are staring at nothing, except for a lucky few. The fortunate are those who can see through, the peoples of even blank glass. They are those who can dream, even without hope.
Wow. While you were reading, we had a lot of hearts flowing in here and a lot of thumbs ups coming your way. And this is really beautiful. But I'm sure the way you're writing, you're not stopping here. So, what are you writing now next?
So I'm working on a lot of different things, really. So this is something I haven't publicly announced yet, but I think I'll share it here. I just finished writing my third book, as in like.
Wow.
It's the second book of Celestial Chronicles, which is like the first book was part of a trilogy. So I've just finished my second book, as in the second book of Celestial Chronicles. So that's like it's been a really hard book to write. I've spent almost a year writing it, but I'm finally done with it. So yeah, I'm excited about that. And I'm also working on a historical fiction novel that is based on the national movement, as in like India's struggle for freedom. And it's set in the 1940s, but that's about all I can read right now because I've only reached like 10K right now. And apart from that, I'm also working on like a prequel book to Celestial Chronicles Fire and Water, which is my first book. It's like the protagonist is one of the more enigmatic characters of Celestial Chronicles, and it's set about like 100 years before the first book.
Wow, that's like too many announcements on Chitter Chatter, and we're so proud of you. We have comments coming in here. Hey Akku, so proud of you, dear. Manga Prakash is saying congratulations. Ranjit Scientist is saying congratulations. Bhakti Baini is saying congratulations. They're waving out to you. They're sending a lot of love, and they're saying no study, one life, enjoy completely. Koinu 401 is sending lots of love and heart for you. They all are looking forward for many more from you. Yes, even we are looking forward after these 3 announcements. We're looking forward for many more Chitter Chatters and a lot of books from you. And I'm sure she's not going to stop here. There's going to be a lot more. By the next Chitter Chatter, I wouldn't be surprised if there are very more things that she's writing or a sequel to another set of poems. Something like this. One more. And Sarjuna17 is sending love to you. And while there's lots of love, hugs, and best wishes coming your way, and everyone saying that they love your smile and wow and all of that, I also want to ask you that anything though you're writing 3 books, are you also writing poems side by side, or poems have got a break now and you're only working on prose?
I mean, I do occasionally write a poem, but mainly I've been focusing on my books because it's just a lot, right? But I do work on the occasional poem or two, but right now I'm giving like a backseat to my poems.
So all of them here are saying from Art by Tanishi to everyone that they're super excited about your next book, and they're sending you lots of best wishes for your future work. And I want to know, when World of Intricacies was out there, what were the best of the reviews that you got? And tell us a little about all of that.
So firstly, thank you everyone for all your support. And the best review for World of Intricacies. That's a pretty hard question because like a lot of people have been really encouraging about it. But like what I liked, like I don't really have a specific review because that'd be unfair to the other reviews.
Be specific, but what are the compliments that have touched your heart or motivated you? Like you said, everyone is being very encouraging. So tell us something about all of it.
So a few people have said that my poems are simple yet really philosophical, which is something that I really love because that is what I've tried to portray, like simple language, but like with deeper meanings. And I'm glad to have conveyed that. And people have also quoted my haikus, which I also loved because like the haikus were one of my favorite parts of writing the book. And yeah, like basically the reviews have all been like supportive, so I couldn't like single them out.
When you had this copy in your hand, what were the emotions you were going through?
It was no less exciting than the first book. Like I don't think I'll ever be tired of this feeling, like holding the book in my hands. Like even though this was my second book, it was so exciting to again see my book listed in all these websites, to like have reviews coming in. It's just exciting, to see your name printed on the cover page, and like all these poems and all these pages that you worked so hard on, like seeing the like final print version. It's just really exciting.
Since you have your copy and I have your copy, let's take a selfie. There we go with our selfie moment with our copies. And getting back to the questions, so how often do you go and check your reviews on all platforms?
Oh, I stalk them quite a bit. Like I check them every other day, or like whenever I'm reminded that I haven't checked my reviews in a bit. Let me just go check them out, because like it's really nice to see your work being appreciated. Like of course there's the satisfaction of having published it, but it's also really nice to like see that your work is being appreciated and that people like it.
It's very important to have encouragement and discipline, and you need to do your schoolwork along with the creative work. So what's your schedule like? How do you manage it?
So I don't really have a specific schedule, but I never think of writing as a chore. So it's not like something that I set into my timetable that I have to sit from 5 to 6 and write. There's nothing like that. So it's just like whenever I feel the need to write, or whenever I want to write, whenever I'm feeling creative. So like basically, like sometimes I go days without writing, but I've come to realize that it is all right not to write every day. You don't have to force yourself to write. But like sometimes I've gone like while I was writing book 2, as in Celestial Chronicles book 2, I went like almost a month without writing. Like I got stuck at 13K words, and I was stuck there for like months. And I mean, obviously, then I had this burst of creativity, and I jumped to 20K. But like sometimes when I have schoolwork and assignments and classes, it's really hard to like sit down and write, which I've come to accept now. Although it's a bit frustrating when you get writer's block, but I've accepted that now because it's okay not to write every day.
Since you don't have a perfect method or perfect timing, what time of the day you usually enjoy writing the most?
night, like the dead of night. I'm not a morning person at all. So, like either in the evening after 6, because I have classes until like 2:30 and then extracurriculars, so there's a lot of schoolwork to be done. And so I mostly write after 6. But like a lot of times, I suddenly get a burst of creativity at 10 o'clock at night, and then I go on writing till like 1 o'clock, which is quite annoying, but
So, thank you for your time for Chitter Chatter. But before we end at this serious chat, we're going to have a little quick fun round because we want to know what you like to read, what you like to write, and many more things. So, whatever I ask you, the first thing that comes to your mind is what is our answer. Okay, so are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, which is your favorite book series?
The Shadowhunter Chronicles.
Which is your favorite genre?
Fantasy.
Ebook, audio, or paperback?
Ebook.
Favorite 5 authors?
Cassandra Clare, Rick Shridan, Vinay Adier, Jane Austen, and okay, I can't think of anybody at the moment, but Veronica Roth.
If you had a chance to rewrite any of Jane Austen's classics, which one would it be?
And none of them really, but probably Pride and Prejudice though, because I'd like to. I read this like rewrite and retelling of it recently, so Pride and Prejudice.
What got you into reading?
Percy Jackson.
Your favorite book which was adapted and you thought the adaptation did justice to it?
The City of Bones.
Books with a heavier topic or a lighter topic?
Heavier topic.
What time of the day you love to read?
All times of the day.
If you had to be a librarian or a bookseller?
Bookseller.
What is your reading goal of this year?
300 books.
Where have you reached until like it's already mid-year? Where are you?
220 books. Yeah. Although that's like actually less than my usual reading goal because I've been focusing more time like on writing. Like my original goal was 340 books, but I've had to reduce that because of schoolwork and exams and writing.
What is your favorite snack while reading?
I prefer to drink tea actually.
And while writing?
Also tea. I'm fond of tea.
What is the current book that you're reading?
Mansfield Park.
What was the last book that you read?
The Wrath and the Dawn.
Which is the next book you're going to read?
Sense and Sensibility.
One word for the world of intricacies.
Philosophical.
The beginning. So now I'm going to take names of your poems and the one word that comes to your mind with it. The beginning.
The beginning. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory.
A tale of good and evil.
Ambiguous. Morality.
The color of the world.
Also morality.
Not allowed to repeat.
Okay. Philosophy.
Okay, change will come.
Change.
Belief.
Idea.
Difference between right and good.
Morals.
Noble or otherwise.
Noble.
Two kinds of evil.
Evil.
Perhaps.
Hope.
Hope.
Mm-hmm.
Problems and solutions.
Creativity.
Magic.
Colorful.
Prose.
Poetry.
Haiku.
Japanese.
Chitter chatter with Shweta, Rohira.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Anagha, for your lovely time. It was a pleasure having a chit chat with you, and best wishes for all your books and for the world of intricacies. May this reach great heights, and we're looking forward for many more chitter chatters with you.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed this conversation.
Have a great day and hope to see you soon. Thank you, viewers, for joining us. And in case you all have missed the chit chat is going to be on our IGTV, also on Spotify later. So please do check. And people who love poems, go and buy your book of A World of Intricacies. And you can DM her and tell her how you liked it, which is your favorite poem. And do tag us. Thank you, Anagha. Best wishes. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.